Jurgen Klopp's mini mentality monsters have only gone and done it. 5-5 at Anfield, and Liverpool go through after a perfect penalty shootout. We'd seen the Reds score all 5 of the goals. Quivin Kelleher came up with the save from Danny Ceballos. We've done it. We've only gone and bloody done it, ladies and gentlemen. To quote the great Pat Short, balls on those boys like Bengali tigers. Holy shit. I can't believe what we've just witnessed. Whether you're an opposition fan, whether you're a Red, that was one hell of a game of football to witness. 5-5. That is madness, ladies and gentlemen. We are through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Jurgen Klopp's young guys came of age tonight. Divock Origi, I salute you, sir. What a performance from him. Wow. I don't even know where to start. Just wow. From 4-2 down as well. People pulled me up on that one. Brian sent me that by a message. I don't know what to say. Absolute quality. Belief. Never give it up till the end. Everything we speak about, everything we want from this football club, you want them to fight for that badge. You want them to absolutely give everything to the last whistle. They did it. They did it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say that again. 5-5, and Liverpool have gone through on penalties. Absolute madness. I don't even know where to start. The game had everything. It had worldies. It had mistakes. It had youngsters stepping up. It had a James Milner mistake, which you never see. Never. Somebody made a great point there as well. Gary Richards and a few others. Vinnie Morgan as well said Curtis Jones made a world of difference when he came on. He was quality. Absolute quality. So proud to be a Red tonight. Said somebody else in the chat. Sorry, it's moving quick. I'm trying to catch up. It's madness. What a game. When's the draw? Tomorrow, Milo. I believe the draw is tomorrow morning. I think it takes place. Somebody said BBC Radio, something like that. We've also, as you can see, amazingly, we've passed 25,000 subscribers on the channel. We've done it. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for all your support. Keep hitting the button though, but we've done it. And we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you. Where to start? Williams, what a game, said got cool. And he did. And it's mad to say that. It's mad to say that young Williams had such a great game from that right back position when we conceded 5. But he did, you know. And you are right. Played a stronger Arsenal squad and got through, said Peter van der Schaans. Yes, those guys came of age tonight. Absolute madness. Chris said there was 6.7 thousand people in the chat at one point during that stream. It was madness. But you know what? Whether they were Liverpool fans, whether they were Arsenal fans, whether they were opposition fans, we were all treated to one hell of a game of football tonight. I mean, you can dissect it if you want to. We can go through it and pick out the mistakes, but it was there to be enjoyed. That is another night that we can sit back and go, wow. Liverpool dug in right at the end. Divock Origi with a tremendous finish after wonderful work down the right hand side. That's without even mentioning Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's worldie, without mentioning Willock's worldie for Arsenal. It was just the best advertisement that the Carabao Cup is probably going to get ever. I mean, I'm not saying it was the best game. I'm not saying that both sides were at their absolute best, but it did not disappoint. It was a pleasure to be able to watch that game with you guys. Let me just go to the chat and turn it over to you guys. As things stand, we're into injury time in the game between Chelsea and Manchester United. And as things stand, Manchester United are leading Chelsea by 2-1, and there's 4 minutes of additional time just been added on there. AFTV will be the best show tonight, Gerald. Don't you mean the second best show tonight, Gerald? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Defence was bad. It was, mate. Both teams can look at their defence and go, shit, we conceded 5. But tonight wasn't about defending. It wasn't about the mistakes that were made. What those kids will have learned tonight, what Harvey Elliott, what Williams, what Sepp Vandenberg, what Curtis Jones, and what Ryan Brewster, what they will have learned tonight was the Liverpool way of not giving up, of going right to the end, of fighting, of believing, of knowing that the cop is there. The cop can help you suck a goal in if needs be, but go right till the death. And that's what Jurgen Klopp has instilled in this group. That's what they've learned from Jordan Henderson. That's what they've learned from James Milner. That's what they've learned from Divock Origi, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker, Pep Linders, Jurgen Klopp. The whole lot. That's what this club's about now. That's where we are. Mini mentality monsters tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There's no point in us being negative about it. There's no point in us picking through the bones. There's going to be channels that do that a lot better than us. Connor said, name a more iconic duo than Divock Origi and 90 plus 4 minutes. There isn't one, quite simply. Divock owns. Fuck Fergie time anymore. It's Origi time. That's what it's known as now. Origi is a legend. AFTV is going to be class, said Jack's page. Look, you know my thoughts on that channel. I'm in too good of a mood to even try and say anything about them. I just want to enjoy. I want to share it with you guys and enjoy what we've just witnessed. Those young Reds. Caoimhín Kelleher, I'll never forget that. Caoimhín Kelleher, a young man from Ireland, may not have a career at Liverpool like Alisson Becker. He may well do, but he'll never ever in his young life forget saving a penalty at the Kop end. Curtis Jones will never forget stepping up, massive pressure on his shoulders, to score the winning penalty at the Kop end to send them through to the quarterfinals. And they stay alive to play another game, which is absolutely quality. I love this team, said Furno. Mate, I love them too. I love everybody right now. I love Furno, I love VA, I love Bassett, I love everybody. Joanne, Peter van der Stans, Brian, Kev, Connor, everybody. What a night to be a fan. What a night to enjoy football. United look like they're going through here. There's about a minute 20 seconds to go on that one as well. Kelleher, an absolute legend coming from Galway, said Doira. Nice of them to go straight to penalties so the lads can be up for school in the morning, said Connor. Yes, very kind of them indeed. I mean, what a penalty shootout as well. There was class penalties, class goals. I don't know where to start. I'm absolutely blown away, ladies and gentlemen. Love you too, Vigo, mate. Irish keeper, yes, there's got to be bias in there. I know a lot of people wonder how you pronounce his first name. It's Caoimhín Kelleher. Which is Irish for Kevin, by the way, in case anybody wanted to know that. Yes, VAR is needed. You're right. One day, I think, in the League Cup, I think VAR comes in at the semi-final point. No, we're going to relax now, big man Steve. I mean, we draw a line at DT, do you know what I mean? Interesting story gone around Twitter, actually, regarding DT in a court case. And, yeah, I'm not going to say too much about it because it's not my story to tell, but just look it up if you want to have a read of it. There's a thread on it in detail, which kind of tells you everything you need to know about that man. United have cleared it. The 4 minutes are just about up. Who was my man of the match? Christ, that's a difficult one. Right, man of the match. Who is man of the match for that game? God. Origi. It's got to be Divock, surely. It has to be Origi. United have gone through, by the way. They've beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge by 2-1. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, absolutely delighted with that one, I'm sure. Quarter-final draw tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see who gets who. Who cares? Those young Reds aren't going to be scared of anybody. Divock the legend, everybody's saying, yeah, I agree. It has to be Origi, surely, when you step up like that right at the end. Brewster or Curtis Jones, said Tom Jones for man of the match. I don't think Ryan Brewster was anywhere near being man of the match, Tom, if I'm being honest. He did some things really well. He battled, he pressed, but there was lots of mistakes from himself. There was lots of mistakes as well from Harvey Elliott. Just some sloppiness that they'll work on. They're young lads, they'll improve it, but you can't buy heart, mate. You can't buy that determination that those kids showed. Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, good shout from Billy. I thought he was very good. But Curtis Jones, when he came on, people have pointed it out. You've seen the quality of that man. Absolute top notch. United beat Chelsea, said Sharon. She's happy about it. Yeah, I didn't expect to see it either. Kelleher was very good, said big man Steve. Chris Jepson said Neco Williams was tremendous for Arsenal. But Origi, I don't know. Yeah, there was some good young players out on that pitch on both sides. You've seen worldly goals as well. We spoke about it. Jeffrey said, in the words of Tupac, 5 shots don't drop me. I took it and smiled. Love it, mate. Any Tupac reference is always welcome. Whatever keeps Ollie at the wheel, said Dan L. Yeah, I mean, who cares? It's all about Liverpool tonight. The headlines are going to be about Liverpool 5, Arsenal 5, and Liverpool getting through on penalties after Divock Origi shows up in Divock time. Pierce just tweeted, Neco Williams, what a delivery. How far behind is his stream? Exactly, yeah. A little bit behind, but you know what? He was. And it's weird to say that when you conceded 5, but he was brilliant tonight. Lols Beeb said, I realised when Origi centre he played way better than on the wing. Curtis Jones, buy yourself a bag of chips, lad, said Gary Richards. I think we should all buy him a bag ourselves. You know what I mean? He's quality. I wondered why he didn't start, and he came on and he showed that quality. I'm so proud. It's weird because 5-5 is madness. You look at it and you go, that's what happened. I mean, we predicted it. We predicted a high-scoring game. I went with 4-2 in my prediction, which, of course, I was way off on. But to have 10 goals in a game and win on penalties after scoring in the 94th minute, that is Liverpool to the core. Who missed Arsenal's penalty? It was Danny Ceballos, mate. And I'm not going to say they missed it. Caoimhín Kelleher saved it. That's the important part. C-Pup9 said the mentality Klopp has instilled into this team is just amazing. Origi, Kelleher, Curtis Jones for man of the match, said John Cable. Liverpool 10, Arsenal 9, said Jay Silver, which is technically true and a great show. Gotta love some Divock energy, said Jamie Feely. Exactly. We've renamed it. Big Divock Energy. That's what he is, because he is absolute quality. Jones was in tears, said Badger, and you know what, as I said at the start, mate, it's a moment he'll remember for the rest of his life. He scored a winning penalty at the Kop to send Liverpool through to the quarterfinal of the League Cup. You gotta love it. Joshua said Keita had a bad game. He did, mate. I've very, 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 very rarely ever criticised Naby Keita, but he just wasn't at the races tonight. Mentality Giant said one day. Ella's in the chat said not lost at Anfield in 13 months. Yeah, it looked like that was going to be broken, but from 4-2 down, these guys just tremendous cojones. As I said at the very start of the stream, to quote the great Pat Short, balls on them boys like Bengali tigers. What else have we got? Keita was injured, said Callum, which isn't great news. I mean, we did talk about it when he went off. It looked like he went off straight down the tunnel, possibly carrying a knock. One day said Sepp Vandenberg was poor. It wasn't his greatest game. Not going to disagree with you, but he'll learn from it, mate. And he gets to learn from it knowing that they won, which is really important. But you're right. The draw's tomorrow morning, Kerwin, mate. Tomorrow morning. Callum said 6.5 that you got during the stream. Yeah, we had mad numbers watching us during that watch along, which was crazy. Milner was a little sloppy. Yes, look, you don't get James Milner mistakes very often. The back pass to Caoimhín Kelleher left him short. But do you know what? None of this matters. None of it matters because they did it. They showed that they had the bottle, the guts, the stuff that we've been accused of not having. How many times does this group have to show that they never give up before people believe it? People are scared. People are rightly scared. This Liverpool team, even this young Liverpool team, we're legit. We fight till the end. They fight for the badge. If I said to you, what do you want? First and foremost from a Liverpool player, it's you want them to go out there and give 100%. Holy shit. Connor's just putting the numbers there. For the watch along, I can't believe I'm going to say that 77,000 people for the watch along of that game were with us on Anfield Agenda, and we passed 25,000 subscribers as well. So thank you to each and every person that was with us. We love you, we appreciate you. We know you have a lot of choices out there, so for giving us a chance, we hope you enjoyed it. Keep staying with us though, we've loads to come, and we'll be covering the Villa game as well. Won't be streaming tomorrow because it's Halloween, and you know Halloween, got to bring the kids trick or treat, and we have this tradition, we go to the grandparents. We've done it since my kids were babies. So yeah, we won't be streaming tomorrow, but we will be here on Friday with a full preview as well ahead of the game on Saturday. But look, we're not finished. That's nearly full Wembley, said Connor. Madness, 77k. Humbled as always, ladies and gents. Williams joined the club when he was 6, said Bernadette Farrell. Thank you for the update, Bernadette. I love these little bits of information. The draw's tomorrow morning, for those asking. Tomorrow morning. Billy Cox said my birthday is on Halloween. You know what? I haven't shared this with you guys yet. But why not? Tomorrow I will. It's not my wedding anniversary, but tomorrow to the day it'll be 19 years that I started dating, going out with, whatever you want to call it, my wife. 19 years, and I want to just take a moment to say that woman, my wife, my partner of 19 years, is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love her with all my heart. She has kept me going through times where I've nearly given up. She has been behind me 100%. She has helped me raise 2 beautiful kids. She has been everything I've dreamt of to have of a partner. My rock, my best friend. Yeah, the person I love more than anybody else in the world. So I just want to take 1 second on the stream just to say, Sabrina, I love you. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you. And I don't mean here as in numbers. I mean here, sitting here talking. I love her, and I'm very blessed. So I just want to say 19 years, sorry, feels like 19 seconds. Yeah, love to the wifey. I take the piss a lot, but yeah, there's these moments where you just gotta tell it like it is, and I don't deserve her, put it that way. Anyway, we'll get back to the game before I actually start crying. It was a wonderful save from Connor in front of the cop, said Subi. Yeah, as I said, nobody still to this day has seen Connor Crosby and Caoimhín Kelleher in a room at the same time. Hasn't happened. Until it happens, there's questions to be asked. Billy said, who's Liverpool's next game? Aston Villa, 3 o'clock on Saturday, mate. And yeah, we'll be starting to watch along at that one at 2:30 as well. What's this? Final score prediction for the Villa match. I've given score predictions now. Call them after that. Look, it's going to be a tough game. Is Jack Grealish going to be fit? Does anybody know for that Villa game? Thought you were harsh on Lallana. You're perfectly entitled to your opinion, Anakin, mate, and I respect it. I thought he was awful. If I'm being honest, mate, he was caught in possession. He was responsible for a goal. He dwelled on the ball too long. And I didn't really see how he impacted the game positively. But that's my opinion, and I respect yours, sir. Love how the kids look tonight, said Jerome. Yep, so proud of them, mate. Honouring your lady in public, proper man's man. Thank you. But look, I've said it before. Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. Lallana was dreadful, said Vinny, which I thought as well, to be fair. I don't think he was great. Connor said he was okay. His positioning was awful, probably about 5 or 6 out of 10. Villa are great, said Andre. Yeah, and it's going to be a tough game at Villa Park as well. Chamberlain had an amazing game, said A1_Clan TV. I support Spurs, but don't worry, I still subscribe, said Matthew Hogg. Thank you, Matthew. Really appreciate that, mate. And I wish you the best with the rest of the season, buddy. I really do. Lol said, Craig, do you want a Premier League team or not for the quarterfinals? No, keep the kids. No, they've earned it. You got to keep going with those guys. This is their tournament. Caoimhín Kelleher has to play. Harvey Elliott has to play. Curtis Jones has to play. Ryan Brewster has to play. Williams has to play. Yeah, you got to keep going with those kids. They deserve it. They got them through tonight. Yes, there was support acts. Yes, there was some established players in there. Origi showed unbelievable quality when it counted again. As Connor said earlier on, name a better duo than Origi in the 94th minute, because there isn't one. Kerwin said, congrats mate, 19 years means 19th league title. It's written in the stars. I never thought of that. I'm that dumb, mate, that I never put those two numbers together. But yeah, fingers crossed. AFTV are really pissed off, said Cool Raid. In the words of the great Dave Henry, fuck him. Williams had a great game, said Grim Jimbo. Again, he did, but it's still mad saying that when we've conceded 5. But you're right, he did. Lallana a little inconsistent, said Davey. And look, he was playing in the 6 as well. I mean, I can be critical of him, but I've got to be fair and say he's playing in a position that is nowhere near his natural position. Same kids, but maybe a stronger bench. Good shout that from Dara Azizi. I'll tell you what, lady, I'm full of adrenaline right now. I'm flying after that game. I'm not sleeping tonight for a while anyway. 5-5, 5-4 on penalties. Caoimhín Kelleher, the Irishman, with a save, and Curtis Jones to score it. You gotta love it. Scoring early is boring for Origi, said Shari. Yeah, he does what he wants, doesn't he? Just scores when he wants. Andrew McGregor said Lallana saved us at Old Trafford. Yes, different game though, mate. I'm not slating Lallana the footballer. Far from it. He's a member of this squad and I love him. I'm just looking at tonight's game, mate. I'm not knocking him as a footballer. I never do. I never would. But I'm critical of people for each individual performance, and I think that's our right as fans. But what we don't have a right to do is what we sometimes get, which is the over-the-top Hendo hate, the over-the-top Lallana hate. And I fully appreciate where you're coming from, Andrew, mate. DT, the angry dude. DT is just a B-Tech me, basically. That's all he is. He's just a B-Tech me with much, 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 much bigger numbers. But he is just a B-Tech me. He's a pretendy Craig. That's all he is. That's all he is. He's, yeah, fuck him. Fuck everybody. We're all Liverpool fans. Let's us all have a big one of those. Fist bump. Shout out to Daz as well, because I robbed that from him. Daz on the bench, LFC TV. Not around, not doing streams anymore, but what a man, what a fella. Love Daz. Craig's a sexy man, said Team Avail. I'm not, but I love you lying to me, thank you. Should Origi get more game time? He should get a statue, mate. He should get the airport renamed after him. The pitch should be named the Divock Origi Turf. Nah, I'm only joking. It's difficult because how do you push those front three out? Do you know what I mean? But he's class. DT diss track incoming from me. Nah, I don't do that's. I'm too old for that shit, mate. Curtis Jones turned the game around. He did. Sarabi, a good shout, and other people mentioned it as well. I wondered why he didn't start, but unbelievable from Curtis Jones. Once we hit 25k, I knew we'd win, said Dara. Thank you, mate. I can't believe not just did we hit 25k, we've gone past it, 25.3. And if you're enjoying this stream or you're watching this on playback later on, please do add to those numbers. Give us a subscription, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn notifications on. Dr. Skint McBaldy, said Dave Sweeney. Dr. Baldy, I'm liking that. Shout out to Far Isle for that name, by the way, Dr. Baldy. Yeah, there's something in that. I want to be called True Baldy, but Dr. Baldy, yeah, I like that as well. Naby wasn't really good, so no, he wasn't Andre. It wasn't his best game. I hope his injury isn't serious. Adam Park said this shows squad depth. Poached or boiled. I mean, I'm good either way. Sasha, excuse me, I've mispronounced your name. Even though you're trolling me and calling me an egg, I'm still trying to be nice to you. I'd say I'm more scrambled if we were to say what I'm like as an egg. I mean, I'm a bit all over the place. I'm a bit shaken up, so I'd say scrambled. What's your Instagram? It's just Anfield Agenda, Liam. Really straightforward, mate. Just Anfield Agenda. Same on Twitter. Yeah, I never do shout outs on there. If you do want to follow us on Twitter, at Anfield Agenda. Instagram, the very same, at Anfield Agenda. I think our Twitter account is at like 35.7, something like that. So riding high over there as well. Baldy locks. I love that, Tom, but it's a very Irish phrase that I'm not sure people outside of maybe Ireland or the UK will get. Your commentary is golden, said Ailish Dwyer. You should get a statue. Thank you, Ailish. Really kind of you, mate. Thank you. How long has Naby got left? Hopefully a long time. I believe in Naby Keita. I do. I really believe in Naby Keita. I think that I don't know. It's difficult. I know where people are coming from, but you can see the glimpses. It's just about a rhythm, and if he's injury prone, that's a different thing. It's so hard. I don't want to be critical of a player that I genuinely really think is quality. Blue said, is Keita made of paper mache? I don't know what to say. Is the league too physical for him? Is Klopp's methods too much from in training? I don't know. I want to get behind not Origi, of course, behind Origi. I want to get behind Keita. I love him. I'm not joking. If I was to turn the camera, maybe 18 inches to my right, there's a framed Naby Keita shirt on my wall. That's how much I think of the guy. Craig, would I go on the kickoff? Yeah, of course I would. True Geordie ever wants me to come on there, my door is always open to anybody. It'll be a pleasure. I'll be doing more stuff at 888 probably as well after Christmas. But yeah, as I've said before, everybody, I will do work with anybody except one channel. Our door's always open. Just come and knock, and it would be a true pleasure to go on and chat with Brian on the kickoff. What else we got? How was Kelleher, in my opinion? It's difficult to say, FaZe Gaming, mate. Much like Williams. We conceded 5, but I don't really remember Queeving Kelleher doing anything wrong. But he saved the penalty that got us through. Well, that helped get us through. Curtis Jones scored the goal that put us through. Really difficult. He reminds me of Jamie Redknapp, said Blue. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Kiana Hoover or Williams in the quarter-final? Difficult decision, that, but I'm a believer in the shirt being a player's if they've earned it, so I would say Williams. Again, he came of age tonight. What's that one channel? AFTV. I despise it, mate. I fucking hate that channel. Nothing to do with tonight's game, by the way. I just don't like the channel. I think it's the worst version of fan content. And here's why. It's not because I don't like Robbie. Robbie works his ass off. I don't know him. I respect the work ethic. I just don't like fan channels that, with the fan cams, take the piss out of their own fans and make their own fans look like a bunch of fucking mugs. You're supposed to be there to lift up your fan base. You're supposed to be there to love, show support, big up your team. Yes, be critical when the time is right, but you're there to make your fans proud of you, hopefully, and show your club in as good a light as possible. And I know I'm Marmite, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here trying to fucking tell a channel with ridiculous amounts of subscriber numbers what they should be doing, but it's my opinion on it, and I don't like the fucking channel. Simple as that. People on it, I've nothing against any one of them. None of them. Yeah, they look like decent fellas. This is a personal opinion. What have you got? Campiar said Don Robbie. Look, as I said, I don't know Robbie, but he works his backside off and he's growing a channel, and I don't begrudge him any of his success whatsoever. Just, it's not for me. There's no hate there, it's just not for me. AFTV, Robbie looks like no, I'm not going to read that out, Pooch Mount. I won't belittle somebody by saying that. Jareth, excuse me, said the thing about AFTV is it's almost content for rival fans, and that's it. That's it. Like you guys have said tonight as well, let's go to AFTV and see the rant. That's it, isn't it? It's not like you go to the United stand to see Mark Goldbridge and to hear Mark Goldbridge's analysis on games. Yeah, he's a funny guy as well, but he knows, he's there to lift up his fans and talk about his club in an open way. Redmen TV, you go on there and you see Paul and Chris talking quality stuff about the club that they love. The Anfield Wrap, the very same thing, nothing but quality. And AFTV probably do have some good stuff, but the fan cams make their own fans look like a bunch of fucking mugs. And I know Arsenal fans, I know a lot of them, and they're knowledgeable football fans, and that's not the version of Arsenal fans that I've known over the years. So I'm trying to defend the Arsenal fans and what I'm saying here. Liam said Nike plus Liverpool, thoughts? Wouldn't have been Nike. I need to learn to say that properly. Nike plus Liverpool, thoughts? Wouldn't have been my first choice, I've got to be honest, but I want what's best for the club, Liam, and it's looking like it is going to be Nike. I watch AFTV for the laugh, said VA. Curtis with the balls of steel. Yes, he did. Yes, indeed, without a doubt. Craig, would I take Granit Xhaka off the captain's armband after his response to the Arsenal fans? Yes, for a few reasons, Colin. Firstly, the disrespect to the Arsenal fans. Secondly, why the fuck is he captain of Arsenal Football Club anyway? One, he's dog shit. And that's my opinion of him as a footballer. And two, there's more leaders. Surely there's better leaders around than that. Do you think we could win all four? Said Love Anfield Agenda. Probably not, but while we're in them, it's possible. I just want us to win the Premier League. Anything after that's an absolute bonus. Do I think we're getting Mbappe? No, but I hope we are. I do think we'll make a massive signing next summer. I mean, a big signing. And I'm not like Timo Werner could come, but that's not the level, as much as I love Werner, I'm talking about. I mean, a Sancho, an Mbappe, a Kai Havertz. I mean, 100 million plus. That's the type of level I'm talking about. What else we got? Do we buy anybody in January? I wouldn't expect it. Usually the club don't think short term, and sometimes in January things are short term because you're bringing in to cover injuries and stuff. Yes, we brought in Virgil van Dijk in January, of course, but we wanted him in the summer beforehand. Maybe the Werner thing, maybe that happens. He signed a new contract at Leipzig, but it's believed there's serious interest there from Liverpool, and it's also believed he has a 30 million quid buyout clause in his contract, or get out clause, or a termination clause, or whatever the right terminology is. What else we got? Who would you like in the next round of the Cup, said Lawrence. Leicester, for the laugh, so we can have a chat with Boya again, and so we can have a chat with Lee Chappie. But then again, I wouldn't mind us meeting a little bit later in the competition, because I want Leicester to do well, because they're a nice bunch of fans. I love Boya. I like Lee Chappie, really nice guys. I'd love to see a United or Manchester derby in the quarterfinals for the laugh, rather than Manchester City getting the handy draws like they seem to get. But it doesn't matter who we get, and we're there, and that's the most important thing. Werner or Haaland is a very difficult question, Jarif, mate, because in Timo Werner you've got somebody probably obviously a bit more established, somebody who can play in various roles, and somebody who you could drop right in. Haaland is an outstanding young player, who I'm sure every club in Europe will be watching and tracking. I probably nudge towards Haaland, because I think his ceiling is ridiculously high. But you're talking about two players that I'd be happy to have at the football club there, mate. Either one of them. Again, for those asking, draws tomorrow. Spurs still in it. You and Expressions are goals, said Ailish. Yeah, look, if we get drawn against Spurs, I'll definitely give Expressions a shout and see if he wants to come on for a chat. It's been a while since I caught up with my man Expressions, so yeah, happy to do that as well if we get Spurs. What else have we got? Is it possible to sign Sancho and Havertz? I believe, and this is just my own personal opinion, it's not based on any inside information, I think United are going to go massively big to sign Jadon Sancho. I mean, big, big, big. Everything that I've been reading over the past 6 months suggests that they're trying to put in the groundwork to get Sancho. But look, it's also no secret that Jurgen Klopp is an admirer of Jadon Sancho. He's spoken about it himself. Spurs lost to Colchester, so yeah, they're gone. So, sorry, yeah. I'm just going with the chat, I'm just reading stuff out. Spurs are out. But look, we'll be playing Spurs in the league, so I'll get Expressions on, hopefully, for a chat then. I'm a Tottenham fan, just wonder would I like Eriksen or not. No. And it's weird saying that, mate, because 6 months ago I'd have said yes. I just don't know what's going on with Christian Eriksen at the minute. You can't doubt that he has quality, but I would say no at this moment in time. 10 goal thriller, said Liam of Liverpool. I'm still shocked, mate. Absolutely shocked. The draw's tomorrow for those asking. I thought it was tonight earlier on, but Brian reliably informed me, as did many other people in chat as well, that the draw's tomorrow. What was everybody's favourite goal of the night, actually? I don't think I've asked that one. What was everyone's favourite of the night? And let's try not to be biased here, because I'm going to be honest, and I think the best goal was Willock's. I think that was an absolute worldie. Obviously, my favourite was Origi's equaliser, but I thought Willock's was the best goal of the night. Haaland's from Norway. He's the son of a former Manchester City player, Alfie Inge Haaland, mate, who is kind of famous for Roy Keane pretty much ending his career with a tackle, I mean, like. Oxlade-Chamberlain said Lux. Willock said Joshua. Willock or Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oxlade-Chamberlain for Furno as well. Chamberlain's was better, said Jack's Page. Oxlade-Chamberlain for Ella. Ox and Origi for Grant Andre. Oxlade-Chamberlain made me pregnant, said Casper. Haaland's from Norway, said Elijah John 5, just reiterating that one. Origi's first for Anakin Skywalker. I love saying that name, by the way. Origi for Dave Sweeney as well. Chris Jepson said Willock, but Origi's end goal was his favourite, and Ox's was probably the most difficult. Yeah, just looking back at Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, he caught that on the half volley, which made it so impressive. I'm just a sucker for a sweet strike like Willock's one that just flies like an arrow into the top corner. Liam of Liverpool said Martinelli, the third goal, which was a really cool finish. Yeah, there were some great goals in that game tonight, wasn't there? Michael Robbins, how are you, buddy? Hope we get United, said Paul Ward. Jones penalty, said Benjamin. Yes, so happy for him. And the quality of the penalties in that penalty shootout was great. It took an excellent save from Queevy and Kelleher, but the rest of them, right from the very first one from Bellerin that went right into the top corner, they were quality. Thoughts on Ferran Torres? I don't have any because I don't know enough about the player, mate, sorry. Or anything, I should be honest and say, Kerwin. Willocks for Kieran said it was his favourite goal. Random Luke, how are you, mate? Welcome in. Would I play Fabinho versus Villa? Yes, definitely, Liam. I mean, I'll do a full preview on Friday for the Villa game. But yeah, I'm definitely, Fabinho without a shot of a doubt will be in that midfield. He's got to be. The draw, Big Man Steve, I think is on radio, if I'm not mistaken. BBC perhaps, and 9:30 in the morning, I think somebody said to me. I think Haaland will be a future Ballon d'Or winner, said Eilish Dwyer. He meant Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres, what do I think of him? He was excellent while he was at Liverpool. Nobody can deny that. Seems like we sold him at just the right time from his performance levels point of view, but it did hurt when he left for Chelsea. I won't deny that either. Did I see Oxlade-Chamberlain's face when he scored? Yes. Shay said, who was the player that made you love football? There was a few, actually. Going right back. Hristo Stoichkov. Marco van Basten. I've spoken before about my love of Jean-Pierre Papin as well from Marseille. Hullet. Yeah, there was a lot. I could keep going as well. I mean, go even further back. From a goalkeeping perspective, I always liked Antonio Zubizarreta. Obviously Gianluigi Buffon, but yeah, probably Van Basten, Papan, Hristo Stoichkov, probably those. And people are wondering why I'm not saying Liverpool players. I've openly said before that Barcelona was the first shirt I ever had from holidays in Spain and stuff, and I'd seen Barcelona games before. The Liverpool bug bit me at 7, so yeah, that's my honest answer. Laudrup was brilliant as well. Brian Laudrup's a great shout from Graham. Ronaldinho from V8. Well, he was later on in my life, but no denying the quality of the player. John Barnes for Dave Sweeney. Thomas Cowan, are you alright there, Princess? Telling everybody to stop. I don't know, mate. It's not like I'm sitting here masturbating on stream or anything, but you're gone now anyway, Thomas. So you've actually stopped, and we'll carry on. Farewell, no worries. I'll chat to you soon, buddy. I will look at that WhatsApp in a minute. Right, ladies and gents, is there anything else? Who do I want in the quarter final? I think I said Leicester earlier on, although I wouldn't mind getting them a bit later on in the tournament. I'd love a Manc derby. I'd love that to happen. Home draw is what you really want. After that, it doesn't really matter. Love to see a Cork man do well. Up Queevy and Kelleher, said Mark J. Somebody said from Galway earlier on. I thought he was from Cork myself now. The draws tomorrow for those asking as well. Colchester, said Bassett, is who he wants. Can we talk on Instagram? I don't run the Instagram account, Liam, so it's Connor that takes care of the Instagram account. So yeah, I don't really have anything to do with our Instagram account. I post on the Twitter account and do this really. Congrats on a huge night for subs, said Farrell. Thank you, mate. And like Farrell has said, if you're enjoying the stream, ladies and gents, please do hit that subscribe button, and we'll keep pushing on. Look, I'm going to leave it there because I'm absolutely exhausted from what was a mental game. Liverpool's youngsters, the mini mentality monsters, have done it. 5-5 against Arsenal. They came from 4-2 down. They believed right till the end. Divock Origi came up with an equaliser that took it to penalties. Then Liverpool's Liverpool's players went and scored every single penalty. And Queevy and Kelleher made a save from Danny Ceballos to send the mini mentality monsters through to the quarter final. Look, have a happy Halloween wherever you're watching around the world. Again, lots of love to my wife. We're together 19 years tomorrow. Love you, Sabrina. And I will chat to you wonderful people on Friday when we do a preview of the Aston Villa game. So up the motherfucking young Reds tonight. Take care.